Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna try to create and show the ACF nested repeaters on the page. The first step is let's create our custom field. So the plan is I'm gonna create a branch office, and for each the branch office there will be another info, something like address, phone, a website, a social media, and inside the branch office info, uh, we will use another repeater to create a multiple uh, info that I need to show to the visitor of website. Let's start it by create our field group name. Let's say branch office data, and I'm gonna show this only on my, I think I should create a page first. Let's rename it to branch office. While waiting for this page to update, let's create our nested repeater, something like that. Let's repeater branch office. Choose the repeater custom field, and we're gonna add, I'm gonna create something like this. So we have this the first repeater here, and the second repeater, address, phone, and the third repeater, maybe I'm gonna show the multiple address for each address, maybe in multiple phone or multiple website or whatever you like. And let's create our first custom field, branch office name, and this will be to display, this will display the title. Then we're gonna create our a child repeater or nested repeater by using the branch office name info, and choose the repeater field, and inside the repeater field I'm gonna create a new custom field. Let's say wait, 1 2 3, let's say the branch office detail info detail. Text the repeater 1 2 oh, I'm sorry, this text, this tag inside the repeater will show you showing this thing, this info heading. Maybe I should call it heading. Let's branch info heading. Name, branch office name, branch office heading, and we're gonna add another repeater. Wait. Name, info. Let's create branch office detail. Choose the repeater and this field will show the last content of the repeater. It will show this info here for each the parent repeater. So let's create branch office info detail. I'm bad at renaming something. Alright, let's publish and choose this page, so we can choose the branch office page. Page is equal to branch office and update again. Let's reload the branch office page. Right, let's add some data here. Let's say Domino's US, and let's add some address, maybe London, Manchester or Manchester, and I don't know the town on UK. All I know is the football club name. Let's use Chelsea. I don't know, Chelsea. Let's pretend that Chelsea is the name of town on UK, right? And we're gonna add another row. Let's say pawn, and let's let's add some pawn number 8881122, and we're gonna just copy paste 333, and let's add a website, something like domino.uk. Oops. Right, and we're gonna add another branch office name. Just let's copy paste here, Domino's US, and New York, and oops, not New York, but let's call it city, right? Don't use address, let's use city. New York and Los Angeles and Washington. Right, and let's add a row for pound. Okay, and let's say that this Domino's US doesn't have a website, so we will add another the top level of repeater. Let's say Domino's Indonesia and city, let's say Jakarta, and we're gonna add let's pretend that Domino's Indonesia doesn't has a phone. We're gonna create a social media, and let's say Facebook. You can create a custom field which has a link for Facebook for each of a social media account, but I will not do on this video. Okay, let's say Facebook, Twitter. Let's keep it to right, and let's update the page. Alright, the page is updated, and let's open our builder. Let's add some section. Have a section container, and we're gonna add div and enable the query loop, and choose the ACF repeater, the branch office. It's the top level of the repeater for our nested repeater, and we're gonna add some heading and change to dynamic data office name, something like this. Okay, we have the branch name, and then we're gonna display the second child of repeater, and click a div again and enable the query loop, and choose the name info, and we're gonna add some heading and change the text to the dynamic data branch office name info, and it will show our heading for the data for each repeater. And for the last repeater, let's add create another div, enable query loop, choose the type for our last repeater, and then add some, I'm gonna use a basic text, just change to the dynamic data. I'm gonna use span for the HTML tag. Okay, so we have the repeater data has been shown, and then so let's say I'm gonna use the h4, gonna use h3, and I'm gonna create a grid, a CSS, because I need it to display as a column and row. So by using this root display grid, and say grid grid template columns. Okay, let's save and see the front end. Oh, so slow. Maybe I should change into another program or application to create a local host on my PC. I'm using local WP right now, but I don't know, it's so slow. Okay, let's see that here we have the first level of repeater, the second level of repeater, and the third level of repeater here. It's working fine, I think. And let's create let's make our content or data to be more good. Let's add some padding, 20 pixel, and add some border, 1 pixel, choose a solid border and set like this, and let's set 5 pixel border radius, and we're gonna add gap for each column, something like this. Let's save and see the result. Okay, looking good. As you see that we can display the nested repeater for ACF, for ACF, or maybe, but I have not tested for another plugin, something like Metabox or something, or the other plugins. So I'm not sure, but from what I read on the Facebook group or the forum, the bricksbuilder forum, it should working fine. So you can try it on your end. Actually, you can skip the video because I will only customize a little for each repeater. It will not interesting, so you can skip the videos. And thank you for watching. If you have any question, you can write on the comment box below. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching and happy coding. See you on the next videos.